here on IceTime.TV on Boxing Day night, and I'm joined by Andrew Lord, coach of the Cardiff Devils, after an exhilarating game against the Coventry Blaze. And Andrew, while the rest of the country is relaxing on Boxing Day night, how was that for you on the bench?
Yeah, we pulled it out, didn't we? It was an interesting night, to say the least. I thought the start was great. I thought coming off Christmas and whatnot, sometimes you're not sure, and the boys were going, and we were hitting. We were in on the forecheck the first 10 minutes, and then I thought a couple turnovers, couple odd man rushes, particularly the one where they scored their first goal, got them back in the game. A penalty thrown in there as well. Really, we let go of the momentum. And then the second was one of our poorest periods in a long time. I thought, on the flip side, I thought Coventry was excellent. I thought they were moving their feet, playing with speed, hitting everything that moved. I thought we stopped doing that. I thought in the third we really came out and got back to our game and played with some fire and some intensity. And unfortunately, we give up the power play goal to tie it up. But other than that, it was pretty solid. The shootout, what can you say?
We'll come to the shootout in a moment. If we can just talk about the power play. I know you're not going to give me any depth or context on systems, but this power play is now motoring around about 28%. It's the best in the league. What has made the difference the last month, 6 weeks, and how nice is it for you, which we think is a set play on that Joey Martin goal, comes off with great zone entry and a lovely goal to make it 3-2?
Yeah, the power play, it started it's the flattest in sort of, in the 4 years that I've been coaching. And it was pretty ugly start of the year. And I don't think it was for, lack of trying or even lack of chances. It just, I thought the CHL affected us at times. It's just as far as our, poise and our playmaking ability. And then you could feel it slowly coming along. We obviously tweaked the units. And sometimes it takes your blueprint in the summer isn't always exactly, the perfect thing. If it was, it'd be pretty easy, I guess. But we got guys to where they need to be, I think. And right now there's a ton of confidence. And, do both those units have a lot of skill. It's fun to watch. And it's fun letting those guys do their thing. 5-on-3 goal, great play, great pass by Joey Martin. Obviously, Jake Morissette's got great finishing touch always, and particularly lately he's on fire. So that was a big goal as well.
I'm going to ask this question with a huge amount of respect. I know the respect you hold for referees. I thought it was a well-ref game tonight, but in overtime, in commentary, we were talking about consistency. Hotham seemed to be tripped, and then there was that hooking call on Hotham. If the whistle's going to go in the pocket, do you want to stay in the pocket for both sides?
Well, yeah, if it's going to go that way, yeah. If it's the other way, no. But no, I'm just kidding. But I think the Hotham one was a bit behind the play. I thought the other one was right in the middle of the play, and the stick did get up for sure. And it's tough. It happens so fast. It's such a fine line. Even in the game here, I'm watching all these calls game in and game out, and sometimes you're scratching your head, and then you go back and watch on video, and a lot of it comes down to angle, body position. There's a lot of factors, and no, I was fine with all that, and really liked our resiliency. I thought the guys responded well in the third, didn't let that second period affect us, came out, played the right way, and overtime was pretty much, there wasn't too much going on for 3-on-3 actually, and the shootout, what can you say? We thought we had won it there, and what a goal, but glad we had Joe Haddad.
I've talked to you a lot about Tyson Strachan lately, but it just seems as he gets, he's fit now, he understands the culture, he obviously understands your systems, his minutes just seem to be going up. You're using him a lot in shutdown situations, particularly penalty kill. I guess with his experience, his resume, he's a guy that you can have out there in tight situations, and he's going to get the job done.
Yeah, I think guys like him and Andrew Hotham, they play with such smarts. Their positioning's always, especially Tyson's, is always great. And I think that, allows you to play bigger minutes because you're conserving energy at times. You're keeping the game simple. And we've talked about him the other week, I think, and It's still the same. He's huge for us in multiple situations. I think at the same time, it's tough. We have 6 great defensemen, and we have Mark Lewis on forward right now. There's a lot of tough decisions right now. I know pretty much all 6 of those guys could probably play more minutes. So, hats off to them. They got great attitudes. They're really forming a great unit back there, and that's been key for our success lately. And it's been the same with our teams in the past years when we've had success, having that unity back there.
I'm not going to ask you the really horrible question of who it is, but in your own mind, when Crowder and Batch are fit, have you got an idea what your roster is?
I have a lot of different rosters, to be honest, like we always do, and that's what makes the job challenging at times. But no, a lot of it will come down to who's playing well and who's competing and who's going hard. And I don't know what else to say to that.
Cards close to the chest as ever. I'd expect nothing less. Okay, let's go to the shootout because it was a little bit of fun, if I can call it that, on a Boxing Day night. It couldn't be more things happened there. Jake Morissette scores a beautiful goal. There's saves aplenty. Ryan Dingle dekes the whole building out of their seats. And then we get a couple of challenges as well. What were your emotions and feelings on the bench?
It was tough. Yeah, it's not much different because I don't usually take the shootouts as a player anyway. But no, it was good. It was good, and it was interesting because we've been ticking along with Mo, Aslan, and Marty for so long now, and they've been unbelievable. And it felt like we obviously know a few of the moves. Popper's move there, and Haddad, and I felt like it would work well against this goalie. Popper almost put it away as well with a heck of a hockey play there. Great save, and it was fun seeing Joe Haddad take 2 in a row. I'm sure he was just buzzing when I called him, especially that second time.
Without doing the Devils a disservice tonight, just in commentary we were talking about maybe this week it's seen a mixture of different things. A great battling character performance in Braehead on Friday night, a stylish offensive performance against the Dundee Stars. Was this a performance where the Devils showed they could win greasy?
Yeah, absolutely. It was very greasy. Again, I thought the middle frame especially wasn't our best. We just weren't managing the puck at all. Coventry's, they're playing well in that new system of theirs, and if you don't put the puck in the right place, it can make for a long night. And they transition well. They have some great speed up front. Their D play hard. And they made it tough on us in the second. At the same time, I don't think we had to compete nearly enough. It was tough. I thought in the first we used more bodies. In the second we shortened it a little bit. At the same time, when we were going to use more bodies, there'd be penalties, and it was awkward. It was just an awkward night, awkward timing. But like you said, good teams find a way, and we did that tonight.
And just finally, Andrew, you go into the Sky Dome tomorrow night against, as you described them when we said in commentary, a very impressive Coventry Blaze team. Fans love the home and home series. What are your thoughts?
Love it. Yeah, it's amazing. This is how it's supposed to be. I thought that rivalry got going tonight. I thought there was plenty of physicality on both sides. I thought we upped the ante in the third. I liked seeing Strax and Lewis, challenging the other team at times, and I felt like we found it in the third there a little bit more. We need to build off that. We need a much more consistent, up-tempo, physical 60 minutes tomorrow night, and I know the guys will do that.
Well, Andrew, hopefully you might talk to me in Coventry tomorrow. We'll do an after-match report, but as ever, thanks for joining us on IceTime.TV.
Thanks a lot.